Man, you got a new album, and I was lucky enough to get a pre-release. It's called Archangel, and I'm really excited about this album. Like, this as being a fan since I was like 10 years old, I think this is one of the coolest albums. It's probably my favorite since Dark Ages. How did you go recording it? And are you excited about this one?
Yeah, it was done in January. We worked on it for last year and spent all January recording. Came out really good. I'm really happy with it. There's some really cool guests, Matt from King Parrot and Todd from Nails, and there's a singer from Iran in one of the songs with my kids. Uh, Richie and Igor sings and Mother of Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool album. A lot of cool stuff. It's really different from Savages, and you know, it's like a very exotic, wild kind of record. You know, with a lot of cool stuff. Even though it's the shortest record I ever done, that's what I heard. People told me I didn't know about that until somebody told me. But it's got a lot of in it, so it's not about the timing. It's about the content. You know, inside of it, there's a lot going on. So I'm really happy with this record, and I think it's gonna a lot of people gonna like it.
Yeah, no, I'm actually a big fan of short albums. I mean, some of the most brilliant albums are two albums, like Pink Floyd's The Wall and the Beatles' The White Album. But I just find long albums they're just too hard to listen to. Like I'd rather listen to Slayer's Rain in Blood just because it's 30 minutes and there's no boring bits in it. So I love the short albums.
Yeah, you know, that's just came out like that. I didn't plan it. You know, I wasn't really timing the stuff, and it just kind of came out like that. You know, so I mean, I think today with people who have short span, it's kind of difficult to hear a longer record. So I think it's better to have shorts as record in just because people listen to stuff too much stuff on the internet anyway, and you give them some shorts, and they might be able to stick around and listen to the whole record and actually enjoy the whole thing. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Now you've got it's almost like a family band now. You've got the second album you've done with Zyon on the drums and also Igor's son playing bass guitar on this album. I'm just wondering, you must be proud of Zyon. Did you always expect him to get into music as well, or is that just the path that he chose for himself?
Yeah, that just happened. You know, it was like they were born in this life and touring with us since they were kids, and you know they learned on touring and learned to play instruments on tour, and they got really good at it. And yeah, I'm you know right now I'm on tour. I got all two of my kids playing with me, Zion and Igor. They're doing great, you know, and people are really liking it. And I think Zion did great on Archangel. His recording was awesome. Matt Hyde worked really hard on him, and yeah, I think you know it was kind of like boot camp for him, but he came out a soldier, came out a marine out of it.
Oh yeah, he's so talented for his age as well. I know when he first joined Soulfly, he'd only been playing drums for 3 years, but he sounds amazing like he's been playing for 10 or more.
Yeah, we're getting you know tighter and tighter every night we play. We get more tight and better. You know, it's just the kind of thing like with a band like Soulfly. It takes time, you know, to get it right, and the best way to get it right is to play every night and just kind of like you know sharpen your musicianship. The more you play, the better you get, the sharper you get. But I have to say, for their age, you know, he's only 21, Igor's 20. They're doing great. You know, they brought actually a lot of energy to Soulfly, a lot of young energy to the band, and new blood to Soulfly that it was needed. So now it feels like a new beginning for Soulfly. Even Archangel, it feels like a new beginning kind of record.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a great one. Yeah, you're so busy. You're doing the Killer Be Killed project. You've done Cavalera Conspiracy. You're doing Soulfly. Now, do you ever get a chance just to relax at home and sit on the couch and watch TV?
A little bit between tours, you know, I'll go home for a while in between the tours. but we are very busy, very booked. We have a lot of tours coming up. Um, U.S. tour, there's a long one coming up, and then there's a European tour next year coming up. But it's great. I like to be on tour. I like to stay busy. And Killer BQ, we play Australia at the Soundwave, and we haven't done anything else apart from that, unfortunately. But I have the hope that we be able to do something next year and be able to continue, Killer BQ also, because it's another project I really like.
Oh yeah, no, love it. Yeah, you said you came here with Killer Be Killed with Soundwave. Can we expect maybe Soulfly to come back anytime soon? Have you got some tours booked up?
I hope Soulfly come to Australia with Archangel, because it's a great album, and we'll have some kind of cool setup for the stage, and it would be great. I love Australia. Australia fans always been very good to me, and they love my stuff. And I hope next year Soulfly can come down to Australia and do a big tour. A lot of shows, a lot of cities. That would be, for me, that would be the perfect thing to do.
Yeah, is it hard for you to pick a set list? I know you've got so many songs to choose from now. You've always got to play at least a couple of Sepultura songs, and you got so many Soulfly albums to choose from now. So there's so many good ones. Dark Ages, Prophecy. Is it hard to pick a set list with that many songs to choose from?
Yeah, we're down to only three Sepultura right now: Arise, Refuse and Resist, and Roots, and the rest is all Soulfly, which is great, because we have 10 albums to choose from and so many songs. And there's all the classics people want to hear, Eye for an Eye, Tribe, Rise of the Fallen, Prophecy, Primitive. And we're playing a new song, we sold our social metal, and that's coming out great. People are loving that song, and it's a good set list, it's an hour and a half right now, and I think people are we are touring throughout Europe right now, and people seem to really love the set list right now. They really like the songs, the order of the songs, and nobody's complaining. Everybody's enjoying it, and everybody's leaving the venue happy, and they heard a lot of cool music in one night.
Yeah, I know you don't really talk to the guys in Sepultura very much anymore, but I'm just wondering, do you still listen to their albums when they put one out, the new stuff?
Fuck no.
No, you don't?
Nah, I don't give a shit about Sepultura, what they're doing. I just heard from fans that people don't like their albums, and they're shitty, and the band's just going down and down, and I don't know. I really can't care. I can't care less for what they're doing. Don't concern me at all. I have my things going, and for me, it's just sad to see a band that was so important and special in the '90s turn to shit like that, so fast. It's whatever. That's what they're doing. But I got my things. I got my stuff to do, and I'm proud of what I did with them. I think we did great records, and we did cool stuff, and
yeah,
that's there forever. And I leave it at that.
Yeah, would you call them friends still?
Not really, because there's a lot of animosity and bad vibes, in that camp, and a lot of bad things happen.
Yeah,
between us and them, So yeah, I wouldn't, man. I really don't care. It's like life goes on. For me, it's like I'm more focused on the moment, on what I have right now in front of me, and I have a lot of stuff in front of me, and a lot of projects. I'm super excited for this new Soulfly record. I'm excited for another Killer BQ record. It's gonna be great, and so I gotta move on forward.
Yeah, totally. You said earlier you got forgot the guy's name, but King Parrot on your new album. They're actually an Australian band, and they're doing really well. I think they're on Phil and Sumlow's record label. I'm just wondering, when did you first hear about King Parrot?
First hear King Parrot. I discovered them on tour. Somebody told me about them on a U.S. tour, and I listened to. I liked their album a lot, and then we met them in Australia on the Soundwave Festival. Matt came to the show, the headline show we had with Lamb of God, and he came to the show, and he was super nice, real cool guy, and we they had a show in Phoenix and another show in LA the next day, and I set up the recording. I picked a song for them and got the got Matt's vocal idea set up, told him where to sing, how to do it, and he did a great job. I think it's great. The track's called "Live Life Hard." I'm really proud that Matt's on the album.
Yeah,
I love
totally.
King Parrot. Crazy Australian guys, but really cool dudes, and it was awesome having them on the record.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's a lot of Australian bands that are really starting to do well at the moment. I know King Parrot are doing well, and Psychroptic, another band that are just absolutely killing it.
Yeah, I love them too.
Yeah, no, great band. We've actually been doing a little section on our website where we get people from bands to recommend 5 albums for fans to check out. It can be new albums, it can be an old album, it can be your own album. But if there was 5 albums you could tell Soulfly fans to go check out, who would you recommend?
I'll recommend Noisem, Blossom in Decay, Melakash, Enki, Full of Hell, and Marsbun. Let me see here. Decapitated, Blood Mantra, and Insight, Up in Hell.
Ah, sweet as, man. Well, we'll put up a link with those bands for fans to check out because it's always good knowing what your idols listen to. I know half my music collection is just bands that other bands have recommended because, whatever
Yeah, they should
inspires
check.
it must be
They
good.
should check those records out. There's a lot of cool stuff on all those records that I mentioned, and there are a lot of some of them are newer bands, but we're doing a lot of great, cool stuff. So
Yeah,
people should check it out for sure.
yeah. I won't ask you too many more questions because I know you got a few interviews lined up, but you've been professionally making music for over 30 years now. Do you still feel as youthful as you did back in the 80s?
I do. I feel very energetic, full of energy, and more motivated. I'm more into metal now than I ever been. I listen to a lot and really involved in the metal scene and know a lot of the bands. And I want to really be part of the metal scene and tour a lot and bring my music everywhere we can. So next year will be a lot of touring for Soulfly. Hopefully Australia will be involved.
Cool, Les. And just playing with, again, Zyon Cavalera, your son, and Igor Jr., do you find just having that next generation of, metal musicians in your band, does that keep you youthful as well, having, your kids in the band?
Yeah, like I say, they brought a lot of energy to Soulfly. They got new blood and young energy, and to keep the band young and alive. And we needed that. From time to time, you need to do things like that to keep going. And I think that was the best thing for Soulfly. And we are kicking ass every night, and shows are better and better. And we're very excited for the future of this group.
Oh, excellent, man. Yeah, I saw your last tour, and you guys are just absolutely killing it with Soulfly. I'm very excited to see you next time you're in Australia. I'll be up the front having a beer. It's
Awesome.
great, man, because you're one of my all-time favorite metal idols, so this is definitely a bucket list moment for me right now.
Right on, brother.